Hello everybody, Mr. Moo here in the cockpit again, back in Elite Dangerous. Well, the E3 announcement wrapped up, and, well, not sure what to say to that. I mean, it's not exactly the greatest secret in the universe that the Thargoids were coming back. This just confirms that they're going to be a major part of 2.4, but that's not what, well, it's kind of related to what I want to talk about today. Today's going to be a little different. This isn't a so you want to video, more like a, well, it's instructional in kind of a way, I suppose. But it looks like Elite is going to be moving even more towards combat. That's just the way, I mean, when you have something that looks like it's as much an incoming war as this is, against an enemy that looks, well, if you take the 1984 version of Elite as any kind of milestone, you're going to be losing a lot of ships. Rebuy is going to be important. So I guess this is kind of a case of what to do when it all goes wrong. I think step one is don't panic. I've trained a lot of friends in the group, or in my private group. When Elite first came out, I was kind of the sim pilot for my group of friends, my circle of friends. Everybody else did a little bit of gaming here and there, but I was the simulator guy. And when things started going wrong for other commanders, they kind of ask, well, what do I do? What's going on here? And things like, well, what if I make a planetary approach and I crash down? Or what if I get too close to a star and I crash down into real space? What do I do there? What's going on? The heat's spiking. I can't jump. It's saying align with trajectory. I don't know what it's talking about. So I guess for a lot of folks, if you're getting into Elite, or if you've been in Elite for a while, or if you play casually, I guess the best advice I could give here is don't panic. Don't panic, and also don't get discouraged. I'm gonna throw some real life stuff at you here, but I've fought with depression. I've fought with anxiety. I won't say they're terribly, greater struggles than others have faced. I just want to say they've been mine. And to me, they were fairly big. And when I lose a ship, when I first lost a ship in Elite, I was crushed. But figured, hey, it's just pixels. It's just a game. Hop back on, do it again. And then I got blown up in open for no reason whatsoever. Just somebody saw me, interdicted me, didn't say a word, and blew me up. And that was something I wasn't used to. So I retreated to solo. I didn't want to deal with people if that's the kind of greeting I was going to get dealing with other people. And it was kind of reinforcing a lot of stuff that I'd kind of been worried about, fearing. And it didn't seem like there was any major difference between what I was worried about was going to happen and what had happened. Got something unexplored here. There we go. But, I kept looking around the forums. I kept poking around. And I found, the private group function, or the small group function, or whatever you want to call it. So I guess there too is some good advice. If you're anxious, if you get blown away for no reason and you're going, what the hell was that all about? Go back to solo, or just kind of learn the game there, or stay in solo if you like staying in solo. I'm not going to judge. I'm just saying what kind of worked out for me. Like I said, I'm kind of all over the place today. Um, I don't know, just decided to get a lot said. You know, it helps if I actually return to my original course. But no, open is definitely not for everybody. Um, but I don't want to turn this into an open, solo, private group kind of debate. I'm just saying for some, it's their thing. For others, it's not. And if you find that it's not, and you're getting really, say, really discouraged, it's not the end of the game. It's not the only game mode. There's other modes with other people still in it where you can interact without having to have one hand on the on the emergency get the hell out of there button. But yeah, not panicking. Don't get too discouraged when you lose your ship. It's gonna happen. There's always a bigger fish. And now I'm thinking about that in terms of the Thargoids, and also I forget which of those comics it was that the Star Wars comic summoned bigger fish. Well, it may happen. Let's get a scan on this too while we're here in no great hurry. It's a struggle to sit down in front of a microphone and push the record button and start talking and then throw it up on YouTube. It's frightening. And I ran into some of that same issue with streaming, which hopefully I'll be getting back into. Got some ideas. Nothing really here to look at. Got some ideas, but it's it's a struggle. It's scary. And I'd like to put out a thank you to everybody that's subscribed, everybody that's said they like the series, everybody that's given me some encouragement, and anybody that actually anybody that's taken time out of their day to watch, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. Fortunately, the thumbs up have outnumbered the thumbs down, so yay, validation. Um, yeah, all over the place today. Just kind of random commentary. But the general theme I'm trying to stick to is don't panic, don't get discouraged. Even if you get your ship blown up, or if you blow up your ship on accident, or whatever. If you crash down to a star, your heat's going to go high. Turn off your fuel scoop. Turn off your fuel scoop. Turn off your shields. Turn off everything but your engines, your frameshift drive, and your life support. That'll buy you enough time. If your ship is overheating as you're jumping out of somewhere, turn off your jump drive until you get clear of the star. If that doesn't help because you've crashed down, imagine this happens. Okay, heat's high. Let's go in here. Let's shut this down. We're shutting it all down. There we go. And this close to a star, we're all right. Heat's at 53%. Frameshift drive is cooling down. Scan detected. Wow, you guys are really dedicated to scanning random people. Okay, two options here. One, since we have a clear line of sight to our next destination system, we can go for a high wake jump. Or we can go for a normal jump, get ourselves spun around, to the escape vector. Now, heat was climbing there. So we're going to turn off the jump drive again and just let it come back down. So we're going to go for a high wake straight to the next system. This will get hot. There will be module damage. Accept it. And, next step, find a place to repair. Okay, we are safe. So, turn everything back on. But yeah, the point, don't panic. If something happens, 99% of the time you can get yourself out of it by, just kind of slowing down, thinking it through, proceeding to the next step. It also helps to know your ship really well. I would suggest learning what all these little buttons, all these little switches do. And these change depending on whether you're in real space or in Super Cruise. But anyway, continuing back with the theme of not panicking and not getting discouraged. There's a lot of ways to get discouraged. There's getting your ship blown up by NPCs. There's getting your ship blown up by PCs. There's ships getting blown up by your own, by just a moment's carelessness, or your attention slips for a moment. Commander Niao ended up in a major problem last year. She joined up with the Distant Worlds expedition. And she was 8,000 light years out when a hard landing knocked down her shields and breached her canopy. Well, it doesn't matter how good your life support system rating is. 8,000 light years, you're done. You're toast. Do not pass go. Go directly back to the last station you were docked at. And it was pretty crushing for her. It was tough. But, a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of planning. We sat down together, we talked things out, we discussed options. And she realized that actually, if she puts out this kind of plan, she can do it. And she did it. She made it all the way to Beagle Point. She made it all the way back from Beagle Point. That one mishap at 8,000 light years was bad, but it wasn't game over. And it may be, I actually came very close. I was very fortunate. My first community goal, I was in open. I was flying a brand new Python that I'd gotten. And I hadn't been paying too much attention to the rebuy because I just saw that great big community goal cache, and I saw that great big cargo bay, and I put the two together And, well, step 2 was just a great big pile of question marks, really. With nearly predictable results. I got interdicted, I got dragged down, I panicked. I had a hold full of, I think it was, well, it was either platinum or palladium. It's the one that you can pick up at stations, the one that doesn't require mining. I had a hold full of that, and I panicked. I hammered the throttle open, and I ran. And I immediately tried for a low wake jump. Well, I was outmassed, and I wasn't in an A-rated Python, so I was going nowhere, and I was going nowhere in a hurry. I lost my shields, just about lost my drives. My hull was a joke. It was being held together with, with hopes and dreams and a little bit of spit and sweat. Well, a whole lot of sweat. And then I'm getting ready to die. I'm getting ready to... And this is about the point where I realize, well, crap, I don't have the insurance rebuy, and this is my only ship. I'm about to get knocked back down to a Sidewinder. And this was about 3 months of game time at the time. This was November, December, January. This was about February. Yeah, February 2015. And, that's it. I'm done. I got lucky. I panicked, but I got lucky. Because a crack of thunder, a cloud of smoke, and out of Super Cruise drops Commander Space Texan in this great, big, beautiful Imperial Clipper. And he sends a broadcast to me that says, "He's mine. Jump." So wherever you are, Space Texan, thank you so much. And my attacker peeled off to deal with Space Texan or run from him. I'm not sure which. I made it to the station. I turned in my cargo. I made my repairs. And then I immediately sold the Python and went back to an ASP. Because I had a lot more money I needed to build up first before I could do anything else. Sometimes there's too much ship for you. Or you see the shiny new ship and you go, "Woo!" And you immediately want to upgrade it, and well, maybe I'll just run the risk a little bit here on this, this boosted module. And sometimes it pays off, sometimes it bites you. Honestly, I would suggest for new players or for easily discouraged players, take it slow, play it safe. Learn your ability. Fly the conditions, well, drive the conditions, which, if you haven't driven around in massively inclement weather, means, yeah, the speed limit says 55 or 65, but when it's pouring rain so hard that you can't see 10 feet in front of you, it's probably smarter to drop down to 35. Somewhat same conditions applying in Elite. If you know you can't handle a ship yet, or if you haven't flown a massive ship, you've only newted around in Cobras, Sidewinders, Eagles, etc., it's going to be a massive change to move to a bigger ship. So take it slow. I'm probably rambling right now, but hopefully there's some little bits of wisdom to be sifted out of there somewhere. What we got here? May as well see what there is here. So I guess there is some advice in here, and it boils down to learn your ship, know your limitations, don't panic, and don't get discouraged. You're going to blow up. You're going to rebuy your ship. You're going to be out somewhere really neat. You're going to be 1,000 light years away from the bubble or more, and some accident's going to happen. And you're going to take the fast way back to the bubble, sad to say. It happens to everybody. Learn from it. See if you can adapt your ship to it. You know, maybe you thought, oh, I don't need a auto repair unit. Well, some commanders can get away with it, others can't. Figure out what you need and go with it. There's commanders out there. They're good people. There's also commanders out there who are human dumpster fires. Let's be kind and just use that term. You're going to run into them. But you're going to run into the good ones too. So keep that in mind. There's going to be clouds, there's going to be silver linings, and there's going to be, you know, the opposite's going to also be true. Take it slow, take it easy. Find some good people. Or if you're a bad person, I really don't have any good advice for you. Don't be such a bad person, maybe. Really, it's best advice I can give. And on that note, I'm approaching Quint Research Base. I think I'm going to leave it here, and I will see all you commanders out in the black. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, fly smart. Take care, everybody. See you soon.